Hello everybody and welcome back to Welcome Grove Homestead. I hope that everybody had a wonderful Christmas. The last of our family just drove away, which was my sister and her family. It was definitely difficult saying goodbye. We had not seen each other in 2 years before this Christmas, so we don't know how long it'll be again before we see each other again. You're gonna have to bear with me a little bit. I caught a Christmas cold. It's been a lot of coughing, but if I have to stop every time I have a little bit of a cough, I'm never gonna get through this video. So, excuse me. So right now, the animals, they were not neglected, but they were kind of bare minimum cared for while we were visiting family. So I'm gonna be making the rounds, checking on everybody, filling hay feeders and mineral feeders. Obviously they had hay while we were busy with family, but because today was goodbyes, we kind of put off a few things today. So we're gonna get them taken care of. I'm also going to go ahead and pull the bucks out of the doe pens. There's only one doe that has been cycling, and that has been due to some mechanical difficulties during her heat cycles. But her very last one, that was Vanessa. She was just a teeny bit tall and a bit young, so she wouldn't stand still for poor Rocket. So we actually, I helped him a little bit. So hopefully she is bred. And if she is, then I'm assuming everyone is bred. I have 3 does that I did not witness breeding on. So we are going to have to do blood tests on them when we are at least semi-confident that they should have been exposed within, or sorry, beyond 30 days. And so we'll do that probably in the next few weeks. But right now, we're gonna go check mineral feeders and get them topped off. Hello ladies, let's check your minerals. So I just went ahead and grained everybody because it makes it a lot easier to work in here when they're not all nosing in your business. So they are all tethered. So I think I'm going to go ahead and move the bucks out now while everybody is immobilized and tethered. It's just going to make it a little easier getting through gates and all that stuff. So we're going to start with Mr. Caleb, get him out of here, move back over with the bachelor boys, and start integrating all the does back together again. Alright, so now the guys are out. It's time to get these girls all mixed back up together because Miss Kitty, alarmingly, has been overwhelmingly the most difficult. So she went from being bottom of the totem pole as far as hierarchy with the big goats, and then moved her in with these smaller goats, and suddenly she's the largest goat in the pen. So she decided that she was herd queen, and she's gotten kind of mean to the goats that are smaller than her. So she needs to be put in her place for sure by Clover. So she's about to get a serious reminder of where she really stands. Now mingling the does also means freedom for Amelia, because she has spent all of breeding season in a kennel basically. I mean, it's this kennel back here. It's not a tiny kennel, but she needed to be she needed to be contained away from the bucks, but I didn't have any other goats to put with her that were not getting bred or being a companion for someone else, because at the last minute we couldn't use Java this year, and so he needed the weather, Big John, to be his friend, and so I didn't have anywhere for Amelia, so she went in the kennel with occasional breaks where we would put Rocket in the kennel and let her out for a while. But yeah, now she gets to be out with the other goats, and she's going to be much happier moving forward. She's doing great though. She's healthy. She just gets to be back out with everyone. Alright, so winter can make things a bit of a challenge. That challenge being that we run out of daylight, so we can't film everything that happens because we're doing some stuff in the dark. So yesterday we moved out the bucks from the goat pen, and it was dark when we finally we moved our 3 ewe lambs in with the doe goats so that we don't worry about our great big giant buck chasing and injuring young ewes. But we've got all the goats together now, well, all the doe goats together, and we are rabbit sitting for some friends of ours. Actually, the people who watched our farm for us while we were gone on our little trip in our last video, they just left for a trip to go visit family. So we are watching their 5 rabbits here on our farm. So our milk room has gotten a little extra crowded. We've set up some extra cages over here for our friends' rabbits, so they get to hang out in here for a little while they're gone. And these 2 are Angora rabbits. The others are Rex rabbits that they actually bought from me. This is a doe, that's a buck, and that's a doe back there. So those 3 all came from me, but those guys are Angora rabbits. Sorry, girls. They're both girls. They're Angoras. Now doing this rabbit sitting I think is a really good opportunity for me because I've been recently learning a lot more. I've recently been learning a lot more about rabbit structure and how to analyze it and how to improve it. And so I get to look at some of the rabbits that have already produced using the stock I already have, and I can see kind of where they're improving and if I want to continue pairing up these rabbits in hopes of getting some replacement breeders, or if I need to change out my stock in order to improve my herd. So sometime in the next few days I plan on getting out these rabbits that I bred, as well as comparing the rabbits that I have and I'm breeding, and be able to assess what's going on. But that's not going to be in today's video. Today we are going to work on getting our young turkey hens moved out of the grow out pen and into the breeder pen, as well as getting some surprise chicks that we had back in November, I think. Getting them out of the brooder because it's been way too long for them to be in there, but I had nowhere to put them where they could stay dry because our one squatty tractor out there, they can't get up off the cold ground, it's wet, it's really not ideal for young birds. So they've been a little excessively long in the brooder, and now we're going to have a pen that we can put them in where they're going to stay nice and dry so they can stay nice and healthy throughout this winter.
Oh, hi!
sun peeked out. It's been a little bit since we put in these turkeys. They've all calmed way down. But we are going to go ahead and get their tractor moved to a nice fresh spot. They emptied their feeder enough that they've kind of knocked it down. So it's like, well, this is the best time to move it when everything is nice and light. So we're going to move their tractor to a fresh footprint and maybe even move their fence line just a little bit so that they have some fresh grass. All right, so we got them moved. We're gonna wait on moving the fence line because there's some spilled feed from the feeder being on its side. So we're gonna let them clean that up and then we'll move the fence. So yeah, they'll enjoy having some nice fresh ground, some nice fresh grass. But I gotta get this other tractor cleaned up so that we can put these chickens in it. So now that it is the post-Christmas season, that means that it is also Christmas tree season for the goats. So I have gone out and I picked up a local Christmas tree that someone was just throwing away. So it's got no flocking, no tinsel or anything on it, so it's clean and it's actually a really nice tree. It's still really moist. It's got a lot of moisture content in it, and I think the goats are really gonna love it. So the chick project is gonna have to just wait until tomorrow because it's getting so late in the day now. It doesn't make sense to move them with the temperature dropping. So we're gonna finish that tomorrow, but for now, we're gonna get these goats their special post-Christmas treat. Oh, ladies. They're excited. The sheep have not figured out how to get through the gate to get back around, but they could get in here. I have no idea if they'd be interested.
Let's see.
And then there's Ruth. These goats are gonna make short work of this tree. And the two goats that started it all. Oh, Betsy. Thank you so much for joining us on this one today, you guys. Tomorrow we're gonna finish on getting those chicks in that tractor area, so we will get them finished and get them out there. As always, this is your country nerd with a goat herd, saying that you can grow where you're planted.